In the quiet town of Ravenbrook, a sinister presence lurked in the shadows, preying on those who were meant to protect. The local police force had become the target of an unknown killer, their lives hanging in the balance with every passing day. As the tension mounted, the once peaceful community became a breeding ground for fear and paranoia. Detective Laura Mitchell, a seasoned investigator with a reputation for her sharp intellect, took charge of the case. Her determination to unmask the ruthless murderer was unwavering, but little did she know the depths of horror that awaited her. The first victim, Officer Jameson, was found in his own home. His body was arranged meticulously, hanging from the ceiling, with words scrawled across the walls. Justice for the unheard. The brutal display sent shockwaves through the entire police department. The second murder was equally disturbing. Officer Ramirez, known for his bravery, was found in an abandoned warehouse. His eyes had been removed, replaced with eerie black buttons. On the floor below him, written in blood, was a message. Witness the blind truth. With each murder, the killer's cleverness became more apparent. They left behind cryptic clues, as if taunting the police force. The tension within the department grew. Trust eroded and suspicion loomed over every officer's shoulder. Detective Mitchell dedicated herself to deciphering the killer's twisted motives. Sleepless nights were spent poring over evidence, searching for the faintest hint of a pattern. As she delved deeper, the weight of the case bore down on her, unraveling her own sanity. Then came the third murder, the most shocking of all. Officer Thompson, a close friend of Mitchell's, was found in the police station itself. His body had been stabbed with numerous knives, a chilling symbol of betrayal. Blood dripped down the walls, spelling out a chilling message. The badge is tarnished. The revelation hit Mitchell like a sledgehammer. The killer was not only hunting down police officers, but had infiltrated their ranks. Panic consumed her as she questioned the very people she had once trusted, wondering which one was responsible for the wave of terror gripping Ravenbrook. The once unified police force crumbled under the weight of suspicion and fear. Colleagues turned against each other, alliances shattered, and the bonds that once held them together dissolved into thin air. As the investigation spiraled into chaos, the killer reveled in the crumbling foundations they'd orchestrated. Desperate to uncover the truth, Detective Mitchell's obsession drove her to the edge. With her mind teetering on the brink of madness, she locked herself away in her dimly lit apartment, consumed by the need to find the killer, even if it meant sacrificing her own sanity. Days turned into weeks, and Mitchell's investigation led her down a rabbit hole of darkness. She stumbled upon a hidden network within the police force, a web of corruption, secrets, and unthinkable crimes. The true extent of the killer's vendetta against the Tarnished Badge began to unravel before her eyes. In her pursuit of justice, Mitchell had unknowingly become entangled in a malevolent plan orchestrated by a higher power. The killer was merely a pawn, a tool used to expose the sins that had festered within the department for years. As Mitchell closed in on the truth, the final pieces of the puzzle fell into place, leading her to an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of town. With a mix of anticipation and dread, she stepped into the dimly lit space, her footsteps echoing ominously. There, in the center of the warehouse, stood the killer, a figure draped in shadows. The moment of reckoning had arrived, and Mitchell's heart raced with a toxic blend of fear and determination. But before she could react, the killer raised a finger, signaling his accomplices, and from the darkness emerged her fellow officers, those she had once called friends. In an instant, the room erupted into chaos. Betrayed and outnumbered, Mitchell fought desperately, but the odds were stacked against her. Blow after blow rained down upon her, each one a brutal reminder of the twisted justice they sought to deliver. As her strength waned, Mitchell's gaze met the cold eyes of her former comrades. There was no remorse, only a hollow emptiness that reflected the corruption that had consumed them. In the end, justice had become a sickening perversion, an instrument of vengeance that had devoured their souls. With a final merciless strike, Mitchell's body crumpled to the ground, her life extinguished. The killer and his accomplices stood amidst the carnage, victorious in their pursuit of a dark agenda. The town of Ravenbrook would forever bear the scars of their twisted brand of justice, a chilling reminder of the depths humanity can sink to when corrupted by power. And so, the unknown killer, aided by those sworn to protect, continued their reign of terror, ensuring that fear and darkness would forever haunt the shattered streets of Ravenbrook. The legacy of the Tarnished Badge would forever stain the community, leaving behind a tale of horror and the unsettling realization that sometimes the true monsters are the ones we least expect.